What's happening, y'all? This is Daryl, and I'm inviting you to the very first episode of the new show between Briz 360 and They Might Be Taping called Crossover. Now, during Crossover, we're going to talk to people on all different types of life. During this episode of Crossover, the very first one, we're going to bring in our good friend, Carl Brister. Now, the cool thing about Carl is he's an educator, he's a singer, he's a songwriter. He even came up with a father in the music industry. That's something really cool too. We got to talk about that. But Carl has a single by the name of L.O.V.E, Love. And Carl is going to share the motivation behind that and all of those good things. As a matter of fact, let me stop talking. Let me go ahead and bring in Carl. Man, hold on. Three, two, and Carl. What's up, man?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Feeling good, feeling good. Carl, before we even, I know I want to make sure that you're doing good, but I want you to tell people a little bit about who you are, and then we'll get into some other things.
Sure. So, what's up, everybody? My name is Carl Brister, and I'm a Jersey boy, born and raised. I'm singer, songwriter, producer. Uh, as you can see, recording artist. I'm also an educator, a proud dad and husband. So I'm all those things. I think really what's most I I would say pronounced is I just have a passion, man. I just have a passion, a love for what I do, a love to make music that touches people and somehow I hope become a part of the soundtrack for their lives.
Yeah,
And I'm always gonna give you my music from the heart, inside and out.
we're already connected already, man. I believe that, especially as artists, you don't connect with the heartstrings. I mean,
Right, right.
what really is it about, But
Yes,
that's
sir.
another conversation for another day. But you're talking about your passions, and through these passions, I know for myself, initially, it was hard to try to, especially during COVID, to try to be creative. Wondering if when you're going to get back out there. Am I going to be in front of people? Will I be
uh-huh,
able to DJ and see people smile and dance again? How
uh-huh.
have you maintained during this period, man?
For me, the creativity came out of the things we were going through.
Mm.
So I think I channeled that energy, man. Like it helped me to get through these quarantine times by being creative. And it helped me to get through uh, all the different tragedies of Breonna Taylor and
Yeah.
George Floyd and many others. It helped me to get through it by creating
Mm.
music that would express what I was feeling inside.
Yeah.
So, I think it also helped me find new creative ways to get my music to people. And I think that was the same for many artists.
Mhm.
Many things that we may not have considered doing before happened.
Mm.
And so I think it's just a matter of perspective, and I tried to make the best out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So did the song LOVE come out of that? Come out? Did you write that during the quarantine, or was it a little bit before?
So originally, I released a ballad version of Love.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay, okay. I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew
nah,
Angelo had sent me something before.
yeah.
Okay.
So right at the top of the pandemic, I had released Love. In fact,
Mm,
it was, yeah, about a year ago this month, and it was a ballad, but that was right before George Floyd.
okay.
So I was talking about these issues because I had been affected by, even before, the recent tragedies. I was affected by the tragedies of Eric Garner and Alton Sterling, Philando Castile, all of these other names, Sandra Bland. So
Yeah,
I already had enough.
that's right.
And I had wrote the original Love based on the times that we were already experiencing.
Okay.
But when George Floyd hit and the whole country got, um, went in a whole different direction, I was moved to write a different single called Enough is Enough.
Mm.
And that single spoke directly to everything that I experienced as a father and an African American man going through those times.
Okay.
But now that we, and that song is still relevant, still resonating. But with that, we have vaccine for the pandemic, COVID-19, and people are starting to feel like they want to get out.
Mm.
Socialize and have a good time responsibly. And so I wanted to give them a different look at L.O.V.E,
Okay.
because we still have those same issues. We still faced with the need for social justice and police reform, and we're still dealing with Asian hate crimes and things like that. So
Okay.
I wanted to keep that before the people, but also let everybody exhale a little bit and have a good time.
Okay.
So you got the remix now of L.O.V.E.
See what I'm saying? My man is giving you the mix, and this is the remix. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So that's a
yeah.
musician. I see them drums back there, man.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
we might have to jam a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I have to hit you up and be like, hey man, let's jam. Let's have a good time. Um, hey,
Yeah.
drummers and bass players are always supposed to ride together.
They're
You know what
supposed
I'm
to
saying?
lock. They got to lock.
They gotta lock. They gotta lock. Man, tell me about your father, man, because I'm interested in something. But I'm gonna let you tell it, and then I'm going to ask
Uh-oh.
some questions.
My dad was a soul funk musician. He played rhythm guitar, and he also was a DJ, and he would rhyme.
Mm.
So he was the first recording artist I've known, and he's the first rapper that I know. So I spent my early years listening to his band rehearse, and I learned harmonies. I learned how to be an intern, a roadie, and
Wow.
everything. So
So,
yeah,
what group was your father in?
his group was called Sagittarian Fire.
Did they back Lee Fields? Is that the name?
Yes,
I thought that when I heard I,
bro.
when I was talking to Angelo, and Angelo was giving me a bit of it, and then I was like, wait a minute, Sagittarius Fire. I remember I have a 45, and it's not here, it's in Atlanta, with Lee Fields and the
Yeah, man.
Sagittarian Fire
You
Band.
are
Okay,
the first. You're the
okay.
first to know that.
That I was excited because man, like, yeah, if your father's on the rhythm, right?
He's
He's
on
on
the rhythm guitar.
yeah, your father's getting down. Your father's the heartbeat of that song. That
Yo, yeah.
45 that I have. That's beautiful, man. Wow.
Wow.
See,
Wow, for
yeah,
sure.
this is lineage right here we speaking with right here. But yeah, yeah, your music, yeah, yeah, you came up right. You came up right because you got
Bruh, I
some
mean,
rhymes you.
that was my, boot camp in
Wow.
a sense. That's as a kid, and I didn't even know it. I mean, I was too young to know what I was looking at, but
Yeah.
I was looking at it, and somehow it sort of kind of raised me.
Do you I'll be on the lookout for a 45 or something to send to you also. As you see, I love collecting, man. As I showed you before we got started. But I'll be looking out for a 45, and I'm going to try to that my goal is to get that to you, man, cuz that's your people, man. Like you got to have that. I
Thank
know I
you.
may have an extra copy, and if I don't, I promise my promise to you is I will hunt one down for you, man. I believe everybody should have people's music. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
Yep, yep. Yo, I got to give you that one. You're the first person to know
music
that
man,
record.
real
Yeah.
music man. Like yeah, man, R&B music, man. Especially soul. What we grew up on. Let's keep it a buck. Uh, real strong black music. You know, like musicians just in there getting down together. Um, doesn't mean that music isn't for everybody. Music is for everyone. But man, it's nothing like that feeling that when you came up in that and man, I'm always in awe of musicians' children. I think That's really cool, man. That's really
Yeah,
cool. Especially
yeah,
for you to
yeah.
follow in that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And it gave me a training, man, because I would listen to them go over these harmonies all the time.
Mm,
And I mean, it's how I learned. I would sneak into the rehearsal room
mm,
and play drums when wee hours of the morning or whenever
mm.
I could get to them because, I wasn't supposed to.
That's right.
But I learned, and I learned well enough to play for them for rehearsals when the drummer wasn't there.
Mm.
And it was good training, good training.
That's excellent, man. Wow. That's and then yeah, that's really cool. So talk a little bit about your education side of you before we close out and we find out where we could find you and find your music. Give us a little bit of your education side.
Well, I've been an educator in the city of Newark, New Jersey.
Mm,
So shout out to all those who are in the trenches there, who are working it out and making a way for amazing, amazing students. You have a lot of passionate educators there. And one thing that I've come away with is that every student deserves the best,
yes.
every student. And so that sort of has driven me to go beyond the classroom. And I actually coach teachers now
Hmm.
on how to do that, on how to go above and beyond and look for solutions to help students learn in different ways.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and I've used my music in the classroom. I've been, acknowledged in the media and different awards for being highly exceptional, whatever the words are that they use in academia. Yeah,
You being
highly.
nice, you being nice, but he's been shown on BET and CBS, y'all. So like this guy's really just laying back on in the cut right now. Like, yeah, a couple networks. Nah, y'all, BET and CBS. Come on now, big
Yeah,
yourself up, brother. Come on, man.
yeah, man. So yeah, so I have a passion to see kids grow and excel and have a chance.
Okay.
And so that's what I've been doing here, and it's been rewarding. I will say that much. It's been rewarding. But the cool thing is bringing my music into the math
Yeah.
to help kids connect with it, get excited about it, and excel and grow. And I've watched their numbers, their performance on state tests grow
That's
because we've been able to find that connection with what I'm in love with this music,
yeah.
and what we have to learn, which is math.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Carl, what would you like to leave people with before we close out? What would you like to leave people with about you and what you want to convey through your music? Like when it's all said and done, and we're talking about Carl Brister, what do you want people to say? This is what his music did.
I want people to be able to know where they were when they first heard my songs. I want it to matter so much to them that they remember that exact moment, and that it changed their lives, that it touched them in a way that it found their way into their soundtrack,
Yeah.
their songs that are important to every part of their journey. And I mean that, like, I mean, L.O.V.E, love, is for me a song that brings us together and brings us to a consciousness about how we should treat each other. But I also want them to know that love in a relationship and intimacy is important too. And I want them to know Carl Brister music that speaks to that.
Mm.
And whether it's to a loved one in a relationship or just brotherly love, I want to make music that covers it all. And that there's a song from me that you can apply to every part of your life.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Where can people find you, Carl? Where can they find your music?
So you could go to carlbrister.com, Brister, Brister.com. That's my official website. You can also get my music on all the platforms online like Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, Pandora. You can stream me everywhere. And if you're watching on YouTube, I want you to go to my YouTube channel, Carl Brister Official, and subscribe, and hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm there, Carl Brister Official.
And we'll also have all of those links applied below right here in the bio of this. So make sure that you follow Carl on every platform that he is. And let's support that brother as he supported us by giving us this interview. Carl, thank you for your time, brother.
Thank you, Dar. I appreciate it, man. And I'm definitely going to be looking out for that.
That 45. I'm
Yeah,
going to get in touch with I'll get in touch with Kevin or Angelo once I get it, and I promise you we'll be sending that thing over to you. I promise you that. That's my gift to you, man. That's your father. So even if I
yeah,
have to send you mine, I should be going to go pick up the rest of my equipment within the next couple of weeks, man. So if I can't track one down, I'll give you mine because I know I got it. Cause
yeah.
yeah, that's beautiful, man. And
Thank you, man.
yeah, man, thank you for this. So yeah.